Good morning students, welcome back to Java class. In today's class, I'll explain you about AWT components. Okay, AWT stands for Abstract Window Toolkit. Abstract Window Toolkit. Okay, so actually it is a package. It is a package which contains different components. Okay, first thing is it is a package. It contains different components which helps the programmer to create web-based applications. Okay, so what is AWT? First point is it is a package and it helps the programmer to create web-based applications. We can say that it helps the programmer to create graphical user interface. It helps the programmer to create web-based applications with graphical user interface. These 3 points are very, very important. AWT is a package. Package means it is a collection of classes. Classes contains objects. Objects contains method. So AWT is a package which contains different components. Okay, different components. With that components, we can create a web page applications using a graphical user interface. For graphical user interface, here I'll give you one example. I'm creating our online application form. This is the online application form. Student name, father name, phone number, address. Next example, submit. This is the online application form and we can say that it is a graphical user interface. Graphical user interface means instead of the plain text, the user is interacting with the system, interacting with the server using a graphical environment, means using different symbols. The user is entering the data. So when the user is using different symbols in order to submit data, in order to give data to the server, that such environment is called as a graphical user interface. Example, these symbols, we don't have this symbol. We have only this label and where you will enter the content. If you give the boxes like this, different symbols, it is easy for the user to enter the content. Yes, sir. So giving this type of symbols which are very user friendly, which allows the user to enter the data very easily. So that environment is called as a graphical user interface. So in graphical user interface, see example, here this is called as a label. And this is called as a text field. Text field where we can enter only one line of text. And the text area, and this is a text area. Text area, and this is called as a button. Okay. So here label is only one line of text. And the text field is also one line of text. But here the user will enter the content. And whatever content the user is entering, that will be inside this rectangle box. Okay, and this is called as a text field. And this is a text area. Text area is similar to the text field, but in text area we can enter more line of text. See, if it is a text field, no, we can enter only one line of text. But if it is a text area, we can enter more than one line of text. Okay. So that is the difference between text field and text area, and this is called as a button. Okay, so what is a button? Button is also one of the components. What is the use of the button is, using a button, the user can submit data to the, means not exactly data to the server, always it performs some action. Means something should be submitted to the server and something should be erased on the window, like this. Okay, so these are all called as this label, this text field, this text area, this button are called as components. These are called as components. So for this components, here in AWT package, we have a components classes. Using these classes, you can use all these components, and for each and every component, we'll create one object and we'll add this component in frame. So you will get graphical user interface. Understood? So this is only the introduction part to the abstract window toolkit. Okay, it is an AWT package which provides different components. These are all components which helps the user to create a graphical user environment, to create a web-based applications. Okay, this is a web-based only because here the user is entering the data. The user, where the user will enter on the web page only the user will enter. Okay, so we can create web-based applications by using a AWT package in Java. Okay, now, and whatever components we are creating, that components are truly operating system dependent. Okay, so whatever components we are creating using the AWT package, that components are truly operating system dependent. Means in one operating system, because these components will work with the operating system files. So depends on the operating system, you will get the components. And in one operating system, you will get the components in a small size. In some operating system, you will get components in a big size. Okay, because your components and operating system files are working together. So in whichever operating system you are creating a GUI, graphical user interface, the display you will get based on that operating system. Understood? These are the very important points when we create an applications using AWT package. First thing is, it is a package. Second one is, it contains different components. Using that components, we can design a web-based applications. We can design graphical user interfaces. Whatever components we are creating, for each and every component, you need to create an object. You need to add that to the screen. And what is the size? Example, this is a 200, this is a 100. You need to give the size of each and every component, and that should be added to the screen. So these are the basic procedures when you are creating a web-based applications using a AWT package. Understood? And one more very important point is, AWT components are working together with operating system. So based on the operating system only, you will get the display. Okay, so these are the key points. Now we will discuss the total components available in AWT. Total components available in AWT. So here we have a components. Using this component, we have different types of components. First one we can take as a button, and the second one we can take as a label, and third one we can take as a list, and text area, text field you can take. Checkboxes, we have number of components. Here I am giving only few components, and the last here I am giving containers. Container is also one of the part of the component class, and it contains different containers. Window and frame. Two container classes we have. I think it is not visible. Again, I will draw once again. Here, component is the top, means this is a main class which contains all these components. Okay, so this is at the top of the hierarchy, which contains different components. Using that, we can create a web-based application, graphical user interface you can create. And this component class is a abstract class. Okay, so component class is a abstract abstract class which encapsulate, which contains objects of all the different components. Okay, and it contains information of what is the foreground color and what is the background color and what is the text color, text style in the present window you have. So this component class contains information about the current window. Understood? And what components are used in the current window, and what is the foreground color, what is the background color, what is the text color, what is the text style. Everything is stored by the component object. Okay, component class object means that object is responsible for storing a complete information about the components. Okay, complete information about the components, complete information about the foreground, background and text information. Understood? First thing is, this component is an abstract class. Abstract class means all the child classes should inherit that class. And it contains a different, it contains complete information about all the attributes of the component. See, all the attributes means what is the size of the component, what is the size of the component, and what is the default text of the component, what is the background color of the component, that are called as an attribute. And this component class contains complete attributes information about the components. Okay, so this is about the component class. First you all take a screenshot of this you need to draw in your exam. Now, the next class is a container class. See, container means what actually? It is a collection of something. It stores something, container. In the same way, in the abstract window toolkit also, container is a class. Container is a class which contains different components. Okay, actually it is a subclass of the component and it contains, means it keeps track of what components are added, what components are included. So this container class contains information about the components like buttons, checkboxes, text field, and different components. Whatever you have added on the screen, that components that information is stored by the container. Okay, it contains complete information about the components which are included on the screen. Okay, the next one is panel. The next one is panel. See, panel is a subclass of container. Okay, panel is a subclass of the container. Just it contains like a window. Okay, it contains the window. I think it's applet, already I explained applet, right? You will get the screen. There is no title bar, there is no address bar at all. Only the window you will get. Okay, so on that window you can add this components. Example, this is a panel. You can add a label, you can add the text field, you can add the checkboxes, you can add the buttons. So on the panel we can add the different types of components. Okay, but only the thing is, in this component there is no title bar, there is no address bar, nothing. Only the plain area you will get. On that area we can add our components. Okay, so this is a panel. Okay, the next one is the window. So next window. Okay, window is like a panel. Only here also we can add a different components, but it contains information about the canvas. Means you can resize the window, you can maximize the window, you can minimize the window. That you can perform by using the window. Okay, the next one is a frame. Okay, frame is like a window only, but you will get a title bar, address bar, and you can add different components to the frame. See, if it is a panel and window means it is related to the window, it is related to the canvas. But it is a panel, you will get only the rectangular area where you can add the different components. But in case of window, it is like a panel, but here you will get title bar, menu bar, everything you will get, and you can also add the components in the frame, and this frame you can create in two ways. One is by instantiating the frame class, and the second one by extending the frame class. Okay, first one is the instantiation and the second one by extension. Instantiation means creating an object. Instantiating frame, and the second one by extending frame. Okay. So two ways you can create the frame, by using the instantiation, and second one by using the create an object of the frame. So this is the introduction of the components of AWT. See, button means like this, label like a text, check boxes you get like this, hobbies you can give, where you can give multiple hobbies. Next list, drop down list, you will get download the list. Okay, so depends on the requirement, we can add different types of components, and where that components can be added, you can add that components in the panel, you can add that components in the frame. So different containers you can use to add your components. Okay, so this is about introduction. Now here I will give you an example program how to create frame, how to add different components to the frame. First I will write the example program and I will explain. Now here you can see the example program which illustrates the frames creation. Okay, so here you can see what is the public import java.awt. So which package we are importing here? AWT package. So here importing AWT package means whatever classes are there in that package and whatever methods are there in that classes, all you can use. Import java.awt dot asterisk semicolon. What it means? Whatever classes are available in that package, all the classes we want to use. So that is why here I am importing complete package. Next, public class A. Here it is the name of the class. Name of the class, and now here I am creating a class as a public. Because this program is creating for a web-based applications, so maximum here I am trying to give name of the class with the public access specifier. Now, A is the name of the class. With the class name, here I have created a constructor. Already I explained the constructor. When object of the class is created, automatically the constructor will be executed. No need to call the constructor. Constructor is like a method, but method you need to call. But if it is a constructor, you no need to call. Automatically constructor will be executed. Now, as already said, a frame can be created in two ways, by creating an object and by extending a frame class. So here I am creating an object. Okay, and I am creating an object to the frame class. So frame class means you will get a frame like this, so that you can add your components to this. Okay, frame FM is an object and it is a Java API class. Means you are getting this class from a Java. This class here I am creating. This class we are getting from a Java API. So frame is a Java API, and that class here I am creating an object. What is the name of the object? FM. You can create any object. Here I am giving FM. You can give A1, B1, C1, English. Now, after creating the frame, next one more class. Again this is Java API class. Okay, it is a class, and for this class I am creating an object. Okay, see label. What is the use of this? You can create a label. One component you can create. Label. Label LB is an object. New label. Okay, a label is created. What is the label here? Welcome to AWT. Welcome to AWT. One label I am creating. Okay, so after creating a label, what I am doing is I am adding this label to the FM. Here what is an FM? This window. Okay, so for that window, what I am adding? LB. Here, what is LB? Label. This one. So, in order to add the label on the frame, what you have to do is you need to call add method. Using the add method only, we can add our components on the frame. So, here FM represents a frame, LB represents a label, and on that frame means the execution from the right. So LB is added where? On the frame. So first you need to create the frame. After creating the frame, you need to add the components to the frame by using the add method. Now with this label is added on the frame. This is the frame. Label is added on the frame. After adding the frame, here what I am giving is fm dot size. So we are setting the size of the frame. Here frame is nothing but a one window, and your height is 300 and the width is 300. The size of the window you should give. Now frame set visible. This should be visible. You should make a frame as a visible. Now come to the main method. Your program execution start from the main method. Public static void main string args. Now inside the main method A is a class. I am creating an object. Whatever a class I have created, for that class here I am creating an object. A will be equals to new A. Here A is a constructor. So when you create an object to this class, in this class whatever constructors are there, that constructors will be automatically executed. So in this class we have a constructor. So automatically this will be executed when you create an object. So finally in this program what we are doing is we are creating one frame, and this frame height 300, width 300. Okay, this complete frame information is stored in a F1 object. Next to that frame, here we are adding a text. Welcome to AWT. This is a label, and this label is created by using a label class. Okay, so this is a just example program how to create a frame in AWT. Okay, just you take screenshot of this. Next, I will explain how to add different components to the frame. Now, next program, we add different components to our window. Okay. See example, different components I want to add. The first one is example, label I want to add, button I want to add, text area I want to add, and text field I want to add. Okay, so different components, whatever components I have given in the list, in the picture, one picture I have given, no? In that picture I have given different components. So all components I want to add to the frame. Okay, so if you want to add to the frame, as usual, you write import java.awt. You should import the Java package. Next, public class A. You should create a class and which is a public. Now, public static void main string args. Okay, main method. Inside the main method, will create the different objects for different components. First, you need to create an object. Frame, OB, new, frame. So first you will get a frame. After creating a frame, I want to add the label. So label L1 new label. Example, this is Java. This label I want. So when you add any label, first you should create an object. After creating an object, that should be added using the add method. Add element. Now set size of the window 300. Now frame is ready. So with this only label and adding. If you want to add the button, again you create the button B1 new button. Example show. So after creating the button, again you need to add the button to this frame. So FM add button. FM add B. Here B1 is nothing but the button. After giving the button, you should give the boundaries. Okay, for boundaries, example B1, set boundaries you should give. Okay, boundaries you can give. For boundaries, you need to give the set bounds method. Set bounds method, example 150, 250. And this complete code for the button. And this code for a label, and this is for the frame. So like this, whatever component you want to add on the browser window, for each and every component, first you should create a frame object. After creating a frame object, you should create an object for a component. Here label is a component. After creating an object to the component, you need to add that object on the frame by using the add method. Next, you need to give the size of the frame, and next you need to give the size, means the boundaries of the component what you are adding on the screen. Okay, so object creation is important. Next, adding that component object to the frame, and let's give the size of the frame. Next, give the boundaries of the component. So these are very important when you are adding any component on the browser. In the same way, we'll add one more component, text field. Again for text field also, text field T1 new text field. Okay, new text FIEL. Next, if you want, you can give the content to the text field. Okay, so example I am giving ABC. Now, this text field should be added to the frame. So FM T1 add T1. So whatever component you are creating, that component should be added to the frame. Okay, that component should be added to the frame in order to add that component of the frame. This is for the text field. And next here you need to give the boundaries T1, and if it is a text field also you need to give the set bounds. You need to call the set bound method in order to give the sizes. Example 100, 200, 100, 300 size again. Next, in the same way, you create object for the text area. Example text area object new text area text field. After that, the next component is a text area. Okay, text area I said, no, where you can give more lines of text. This is address example. So in the same way, first you should create an object. After creating that, you should give the boundaries. TA set bounds 100. See, just in size I am assuming. You can change sizes if you want. 120, 300. Next, you need to add this to the frame. F1 add T. Like this for every component. Whatever components you want to add, for each and every component you need to create an frame object, and for all the frame object, for all the components you need to create an object and that object should be added to the frame. This is very, very important. See, first you should create object for the frame. Next you should create objects for the components. After creating objects for the components, all the components you can add to the frame by using the add method. Next, for each and every component, you should give the boundaries. What is the size of that graphical user interface? What is the size of that windows? That you should give. Okay, so this is about AWT components. In the next class, I'll explain more about AWT components and its classes.